Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Annalise, and we're here for Yin Yoga with aromatherapy. So tonight I've brought in ylang ylang essential oil to use, my doTERRA essential oil. If you have ylang ylang, you can use that one or anything that you have at home that you're called to use. So basically we're just using the essential oils to complement our yoga practice. They're supportive physically, emotionally, mentally, and so they're a really great support when you're sort of trying to be more present and aware and elevated as well in your being. So first of all, sitting comfortably on your mat, let's put some oil in the palms of your hands. I'm just going to start by rubbing the hands together, and with your eyes closed, cup your hands over your nose and just take a few slow and deep breaths. And even if you're not using an oil at home, just start to sink into a slower breathing pattern. Start to notice the belly rising and falling with every inhale and exhale. And just allow any thoughts of the day or energies that might be existing that you'd like to set aside, just to be moved aside for the time being. And then as you're ready, you can take your hands and you would massage your forehead, your back of your neck, give your neck and shoulders a little squeeze. It's nice to put essential oils on pulse points and on the feet, on the energetic points, the chakra points, along the front or the back of the body. So just take a moment just to offer yourself a little self-massage or a little loving touch. And then rest your hands down on your thighs for a moment. And just take a moment to consider how you're feeling and what's happening in this moment for you, in your body, in your mind, in your heart or spirit. And be okay with whatever is. Everything is fine. We're going to start just with some gentle shoulder movements. So just on your inhalation, creep your shoulders up to your ears. Hold them up at the ears for a moment, just a little tense. And then on the exhale, open your mouth, and we're just going to let the shoulders drop as the exhale comes out in kind of a ha. And we'll do that a few times. Really releasing the shoulders. Inhale. And after a few moments of pause, just drop the scapulars. Let the shoulders sink down. Breathe in one more time. Hold those shoulders up at the ears. Little tension, pausing at the top of the inhale. And then as you're ready, big release. Good. Take your chin to your chest. Do some gentle neck rolls. And you might find that moving the head at the front of the body is best today, or all the way around might feel better. So it doesn't matter, just be your own guide here. Just move slowly around the neck, any which way that feels good and nourishing, and brings awareness to any points that might need a little moment's love, whether it's just holding in position and breathing for a moment, or it might mean bringing your hand up and using your fingers in a tight little spot, that's okay. So nice sometimes being at home just to do these yoga practices so you can just feel like you're in your own space to really do what you need for yourself. Absolutely. And then come back with your head lightly bobbing upward, stacked above your heart and your hands. And we'll just take a lion's breath just to clear again any energy, which is really good when we make a sound out of the mouth, making a sound and letting the mouth open. We're going to stretch the tongue to the bottom of the chin and turn the gaze of the eyes to the third eye space in between the eyebrows. So breathing in first, and it's on the exhale that everything happens. So breathing in. Let's do 2 more. This is really good for stretching out the jaw, the mouth, the eyes. One more. And just rest the mouth, the face, the eyes. Let's find some sweet, soft breaths moving in and out through the nostrils. Now I'm sitting up on a block here. If you haven't got one underneath you right now, you might want to keep one in hand's reach. We're going to come onto our feet and dangle. So you can even have your hands on your thighs and let your head hang if you've got sort of blood pressure issues or something, or you can come down lower, elbows on the knees, or you can fully dangle, letting your hands hold your elbows. Your feet are underneath your hips, and you're just letting the weight of your head hang away from your neck. Feel free to move a little through your legs or your torso, or your neck. This is a good time also to stretch out the face, any other muscles that might want a little stretchy stretch that missed out with the lion's breath. You can just feel really safe and free to move the face in weird contortions here. Making the face look a bit like Popeye, perhaps. From side to side. With the mouth. And just let the shoulders relax. This is so nice for your lower back if you've been standing a lot or even sitting a lot or doing some repetitive work. This just allows that lower sort of lumbar area of the spine to have any of the pressure released. So it can just hang and be nourished here. Okay, so we'll just take another 5 or so breaths here. Really relaxing everything in the body. Dangling out any tension. If you feel like you want to put your hands on the floor under your feet at this point, that's fine too. So this block that I was sitting on before might come in handy now as we come down into a squat. So I'm just going to come to sit on my block. Turn the toes out slightly, bring the elbows inside the legs and the hands together. So this might feel really good. You might not want the block. You can just push it away. But we want to draw the sacrum down toward the ground and feel open across the chest as much as possible. So you can make this pose your own. You can stack 2 blocks to sit on, or you can put a blanket rolled underneath your heels and feel a little gentle pressure between the arms and legs and opening across the chest. And then with the sensation that you're experiencing, use the breath to find a calmness, and to tune into your calm center that's always there. Use your breath as a vehicle to find that ease within you, even when the body is experiencing sensation. And take another 3 deep breaths in, slow and steady. And we're just going to let our bottoms come down to the ground and stretch your legs out. And just take a moment here with the legs extended just to stretch across the front of the feet, pointing your toes away from you, flexing them towards you, feeling the calves connecting to the mat. And just making any gentle rolls or wiggles with the ankles and the toes. We're going to come into a caterpillar fold. If you'd like to place a bolster across you or fill the space between you, that's okay too. And we're just going to let the body, the back round. The hands can land any which way on either side of your body or around your feet. And anytime you've got your legs extended and it feels too tough on the hamstrings, you can bend the legs and just hang. No worries at all. So find your pose and settle in. When we're practicing yin, we're coming into the pose to find stillness. So checking in with the ease of the pose in beautiful alignment. As soon as we sort of create that intention to land there, and then once we're in that place of stillness, we'll just ride the awareness of breath and to observe the body's sensations. And to observe if the body is asking to pull back out, if it's too much, or if it's after a while, it's like I can go a bit deeper comfortably. Then just being in this place of stillness and awareness of breath just allows us to tune into those moments and allow. And this is really a practice of surrendering into the body wisdom, accepting where we are at any moment without judgment. And just staying present, being where we're at. I didn't tell you too much about ylang actually. So while you're folded here, I think I might have even brought ylang in a few times because I definitely love it. It's very floral, quite feminine, but it's a great oil for supporting you when you're feeling stressed or angry or fearful, like really strong emotions. It's a very powerful healer for the heart, for the energetic heart. And take a few more breaths here. Ylang is also really good for hormonal imbalances. It's good for, it's an aphrodisiac, so good if for sex drive. It's really calming. It's great for depression. Just really takes the edge off. And take another deep breath in here. And out. And then slowly walk the hands towards you. And we'll come on up. We're going to come right down. Actually, first, if we're going to stretch our legs out wide, I'm going to face you. So just take your legs out wide to the side. Good. Let the heels touch down, the calves, the back of the thighs. So your legs might be super wide or they might just be like this. That's fine. Whatever's accessible. Okay, so good. We're just going to find that stability in the legs. Feel nice and tall in the spine. And keep that length in the spine as you start to lean forward and just place your hands on the ground or on blocks. So this, you might be feeling enough sensation to stay right here. And for those who want to go a little deeper, come down onto the forearms if that's available. Just check in with your breathing. That'll help you recognize if you've gone too far or not. Sometimes I hold my breath if I haven't gone too far, and then I realize it's like, oh, this isn't good. That happens. That's okay. You just adjust accordingly. Stay in the moment. Do our best. Take 5 more slow and deep breaths. And slowly press into your hands, walk them towards you. And bring the legs together. Let's come to lean back on our hands. Keep the bend the legs and bring the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat. And just press down through the hands, feel the chest open, and windshield right the knees to the left and to the right. And we'll do that a few times. Okay, let's come onto our backs now. Okay. So let's bring the feet onto the mat, knees are bent. And stretch the right leg up to the sky and flex your toes towards you. And then just like there's a tap just above your foot, where the sole of your foot is. Point your toe like you're turning on the tap, and you'll feel that front line of the leg awaken. And then flex your toes towards you, press the heel up like you're blocking the flow from the tap. And just do that a few times. And roll big circles with your ankle. Yep, get at any cracks. All right, now let's flex the toes towards you and keep that as you take the outer right ankle over the left thigh, just above the knee. And bring that right, sort of press that right knee away from you. You can use your hand or just energetically, as if I'm standing at your feet, pulling your knee sort of away from your head towards the bottom of your mat. So here, this is like a square pose or fire log pose with one leg if we were seated. So this is just a different perspective here. So if you want to get a little deeper into the hip flexors, we can lift the left foot up off the ground and weave your hands around your left thigh and interlace your fingers. Try and keep the shoulders on the ground and bring the legs towards you, like the whole structure, legs. So if you were seated in fire log pose or in half fire log pose, this would be like folding forward. So we're just using our space in a different way. It's kind of nice to be able to lie on the ground and get the same stretch as if we were seated and folding forward. And this can be really hard on the knees. So if you've got some knee discomfort, sitting up could be quite uncomfortable. So here it just sort of gives you that really nice room to find your happy place, to find your happy breath. And I find those exhales encourage a little bit more stretch in the flexors, or compression more, rather. Let's take another breath in and an exhale. Okay, release your finger grip and land that left foot to the ground. Stretch your right foot to the sky, land it, and then with both feet on the ground, press down, lift the hips up like a little bridge pose, and then take the hips over to the right a little bit and let the knees drop to the left. Now the arms can sweep outwards, both sides of your body, and then the gaze, if it's comfortable, turn the gaze away from the direction of your knees. And we're going to settle here for a few minutes. And take the time to tune in to the rhythm of your breathing. Find a nice steadiness with every breath in and out. Follow the rise and fall of your belly. And allow those exhalations to sort of release any tensions in the shoulders toward the ground. Any tension in the forehead, just to loosen up. This is really nice just for squeezing out any energy that is stagnant that wants to move through. Not only are we nourishing the muscles around the spine, we're also like squeezing out the energetic channels where we can store old stuff in our energy points. And stay steady in your breathing. And just take a few more settling breaths here. And we're slowly going to bring everything back to neutral. Get centered with the hips. Feel free to, once the hips are centered, press them up to the sky again for a moment, like a little bridge. And then take the hips slightly to the left, knees fall to the right, and the gaze falls to the left. Take these first few moments to settle into stillness, feeling into any tense points, checking in if you can relax and soften in those areas. The shoulders can just sink into the ground. The belly continues to rise and fall smoothly and steadily. And then just enjoy another deep breath in and out. And then bring the body back to neutral. Center the hips. And bring the knees bent into your hands. And just take some knee circles. Slow, steady, big knee circles. Change the direction of your circles. Okay. I'm going to settle into our Shavasana now. So if you'd like to place a bolster under your knees or a blanket on top of your body, an eye pillow on your eyes, or any other support for your final rest, gather all your goodies and then come to rest on your backs with your head aligned with your spine and your pelvis, your shoulders on the ground. Feel free to snuggle them into your spine a little bit more to open the heart, and then let them rest downward again if that feels good. Palms of the hands facing upward toward the sky. And let the heels rest on the ground with the toes falling outwards. Let's take a breath in through the nostrils up to the crown of the head. And then wash that breath, imagine it washing down through the crown, the throat, the shoulders, arms, chest, belly, hips, knees, feet. And then up through the soles of the feet, up through the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the fingers up to the shoulders, the throat, the head, out through the crown. You can do one more full body flush, energetic flush with breath for yourselves. And allow the exhale to sink you downward then into the ground, resting without effort. Let the forehead be relaxed, the eyes soft, and the jaw loose, and tongue at ease in the mouth. And settle into nasal breathing. And just allow softness within your whole being as you take this rest. Come out of your Shavasana. Invite a deeper breath into your body. And that exhale can carry the energy of the breath into the fingers and the toes. And feel them coming more alive with every breath. Invite some gentle movement, starting at the extremities. And gently stretching out the hands, the feet, rolling the ankles and the wrists. Turning the head side to side can feel nice for the neck too. And when you're ready to have a big full body stretch, reach your arms overhead, have a big yawn maybe. Stretch your toes away from your fingers. Then hug the knees into the chest. And when you're ready, bring the body into the fetal position on your side. And just take slowly come up to sit, keeping your eyes closed. And bring your hands together in front of your heart space. This is the space where ylang supports so deeply. And so may you feel the joy and lightness that comes with the ylang, and the happiness, the peace. I wish you so much peace. Namaste.